Yesterday, we have seen that consciousness is I is the consciousness. Clear that part? Now, why I is consciousness or consciousness is I? I can be something else or consciousness can be something else. But why? I am consciousness. Yeah, because if I am not a conscious being, I will not be able to know anything. Consciousness is the fundamental thing, fundamental existing factor which makes me to know something, to interact with the world and to get things for my satisfaction and enjoy it. So in order to me see myself as an enjoyer, I should be a conscious being. I should be a conscious being if I want to be an enjoyer. And to be a doer also, I should be a conscious being. So I cannot sustain, I cannot exist myself without consciousness. So that is why consciousness is so important, that without consciousness one does not exist. Without consciousness one does not exist. For him or for others. It does not exist, just maybe a picture. The person is not there, but just a picture. So, when you are identified with the body, that identification comes because of consciousness. We talked about that consciousness. We find out that consciousness is not possessed by I, or I is not possessed by consciousness, but consciousness is I. There is no difference. Then I can possess my mind, I can possess my body, I can possess my emotions, I can possess my doubts. Doubts are in mind. So the conclusion is that I am consciousness is a fact which I cannot negate. I am consciousness. I am conscious of anything, but I am consciousness is a fact that I cannot negate. And in fact, I found that I am is equated with consciousness. Equated means this consciousness is not an attribute of I. Consciousness is not an addition of I. So, yeah, it is I. So, I equals consciousness. The another name for I is consciousness. Yeah, please.
But the I what we are talking about, the consciousness is different from the ego or the I.
Yes, that's different from ego. Yeah. Ego is there because of consciousness. Because of I. Because there is no ego in deep sleep. But I is there. But consciousness is there. We found out that I and the consciousness are one and the same.
Yeah, but the distinction is, I think it's important.
Ego is something lesser than what I am and what consciousness is. And now, the important factor about the Jnana Yoga is not yet completed. Yesterday we saw as though Jnana Yoga is completed, but not so. Now, let us we have reached the I consciousness, let us say. And what about this supreme entity? God. Universal consciousness. Yeah. I consciousness here and the universal consciousness. What is that? What is my relationship with that? Here, there is a relationship. That relationship is, just understand this way. Your consciousness is unlimited consciousness. Suppose one says that I am consciousness. That consciousness is unlimited, unconditioned. Nothing is attributed to that consciousness. Means no addition to that consciousness and no subtraction. It is consciousness without a name or a form or attributes. Nirguna is a Sanskrit word. Nirguna. Nirguna means no attribute at all. So attributes make one thing separate from another thing. That's called attribute. This shape is an attribute for this thing. So a rectangular shape or a square shape or a circle shape, a globe like, these kinds of shapes makes one thing from another thing. And the length and the breadth, length and breadth. And you can calculate also, because of these attributes only we can make a thing separate from other thing. So without attributes, let us think that this thing with no color, suppose I say that it's a red color, means you can distinguish this color from other colors. There are so many colors, but that among those many colors I can choose only one, that is red. And then I say that red color and big size, that there are many sizes. Among them I took the big size. So now you see it's a pot, clay pots. So many clay pots are there, and so many colored clay pots are there, and so many sizes are different. And among the pots there are many red pots. Among many red pots I chose the biggest one. Now you see, you can identify one thing with attributes. These are called attributes. So you identified, and similarly you say anything. A tall person, a short person, a black person, white person, shaved person, anything. So anything you say that is with attribute only you are able to say it, not without attribute. So consciousness, what attribute is there? Color? No. Size? No. Weight? No. Length? No. Height? No. Here? No. There? No. Nobody says that here consciousness. No. Sitting here. A person is sitting here. The person who sits next to me. You see the person who sits next to me. That's an attribute. So that you can say among 10 people, one is sitting next to me, is addressed here. So next consciousness, next to me consciousness, or near me consciousness. Can you say that? No. There's no consciousness only. And the other person also understood he is consciousness. What type of consciousness is that? Consciousness with attribute or consciousness without attribute?
Attribute.
Without.
The other person understands.
Other person also the same way thinking. Other person thinking that I am consciousness. Knowing. I'm completely going through this analytical way, and then concluded that I am conscious. I am consciousness. With attribute or without attribute? Without attribute. The third person also without attribute. Then we imagine that the universal person. That universal person also we understood that universal person the I of the universal person, or the content of the universal person is awareness. Awareness. We started at the time of the creation. We said that first there was awareness. Remember that chart? And from that awareness, everything came. And therefore, what is there before creation? Awareness. That awareness is called Brahman, and that awareness is the I, because consciousness is equal to awareness. There is no separation from awareness or consciousness.
But Swamiji, I remember from our discussions, you were implying that the world wasn't created; it was there.
Yeah.
So how is this in line with this point? Because
Yeah.
you're saying awareness is there before creation.
Yeah.
So
Maya. Remember Maya? Projection as though creation. Maya with the consciousness or awareness, Maya is there. Then he becomes the Ishvara, and then imagined, let there be creation. Then creation happened. Just because just like we dream. Let there be a football ground. Without even thinking that football ground is there. So suppose we can make this kind of thing real, then what to talk of the universal person who is capable of just thinking and making the world.
but it was created, right?
It has appeared. There was no creator. Only once it is appeared, then he is called by us creator. And the point is that universal person, the content means the identity, or you say I of the universal person is consciousness or awareness, and that consciousness is same way, conditioned or unconditioned. Conditioned means with the attribute, without tribute or without attribute. Conditioned or unconditioned, without attribute, no question needed, without attribute. Then what makes one consciousness from another consciousness different?
The condition.
Condition. If there is no condition, means
No attribute.
no difference. No difference means there is no multiple consciousness, only one unlimited consciousness, and that consciousness is called Brahman, and that is you. You are Brahman. What was there before the creation? Brahman. Right now, you are Brahman. Yeah, you can say, I am Brahman. Yeah. That is mentioned in Veda. A word, a sentence is there. Tattvamasi. What is that word? Tattvamasi. You are that. Tat-tvam-asi. Tattvamasi. You are that. Then you say, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. That's also said in the Veda. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. That's complete. Then you may ask, what is the definition of Brahman? Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnana means consciousness. Consciousness is Brahman. That's given in Veda. Oh my God, all these things are said in Veda. Yes. And now, where you are right now? You are consciousness. Where is that consciousness located? Is it located in your body? In this universe? You can say that in me, in consciousness, the universe is located. I am aware of the word. That's the first part. The word is in my mind. That's the second part. Anything in my word only in anything in my mind only I will be able to know it. That we have seen it already. We arrived that kind of a discussion. So what? Now everything is in the mind. Means everything in my knowledge. Every mind means knowledge. Everything in my mind means everything in my knowledge. What is in my knowledge, that alone exists for me. I don't care about others. No. What is in my mind or in my knowledge, that alone exists. No, suppose something exists 3,000 or 3 million light years distance away. 3,000 billion. Okay, let it be like that. 3,000 billion light years away something exists. How do you know? How can you negate that it does not exist because I don't know it? See, already 3,000 billion light years are in my mind, in my understanding. So that exists now. And there is something which its attributes are not known, but there is something that's also understood right now. That's it. It is like a symbol. I do not know that what is in this pot. Just because the pot is just to me does not mean that I am able to know what is inside the pot. Or somebody has put something behind my back and I do not know what it is. Whether it is 3,000 light years, 3,000 billion light years away, or just behind my back, it's all same. I do not know. But suppose I know it, then it exists. If I don't know it, it does not exist. The entire universe exists in my understanding, in my mind, in my knowledge. I am consciousness, and I illumine that world. I am the consciousness illumine the world. Oh my God, is it true? Are you making it? No, it is not. I am not making it. It is that Veda. This is what Veda is teaching. Or tell me, Veda is teaching something other than you, or some teaching about you. Veda is teaching about you only. Veda is from the beginning to the end talking about this and about you only. So that's why Veda is not an old text of bygone time. It
the view is the same in all ages.
Any time, Veda is always for that time, for that person. And now the question comes here is, I think that that question is answered. I have a vague idea of what you said. Something is anyway. I believe that you don't lie. You don't lie. So therefore maybe it is true. But how I can make it something my own? So I don't see that the knowledge gives any fulfillment. It gives a surprise. Yes, when I understood this, it's a surprise. Because so far I never thought that I can think in this way also. But it gives a surprise that, oh, it's possible. Whether it is true or not, but it's nice to hear. And I maybe I will keep this idea so that when I go back, I will think about it. Most of the people are thinking like that. When I go back, I will think about that. I will meditate upon it. But why it does not make a complete sense, complete knowledge right now? Because still there are some doubts. Still I know that some areas are not cleared. Still I depend more about my experience than this knowledge. My experience is something which I can trust. But this looks like some arguments. It is kind of a constructive phrases from one to another, go there to there and then there and then there. It's like a construction you have made with words. But bring that to my experience. Suppose you say like that. Actually, the knowledge has to take place as you hear. If it does not take place, then hearing is not adequate, means not enough, means there are inhibiting factors which prevents you from understanding. Inhibiting factors. What is that? Because the mind is not at ready to capture the knowledge. Words are not enough to find out the meaning, to make connections. See, words are nothing but the carriers for the knowledge. It's capsules. It is like a box. You put something in the box, carry it to the other person and hand over to the person. And then the receiver unbox it and find the things and take it out. So the words are like that. The one who says, he put the meaning into the words and it is connected with the other words so that a construction of a line is possible. Then this line is transferred to the other person through speaking loudly. Yeah, that's it. The knowledge was in the mind. And that knowledge is loaded in these words, made it loaded in the sentences. And the sentences is transferred. You receive, the receiver is not capable of receiving knowledge without words. So the receiver receives the words. And how the sender sends the words with data loading, coding, data code. You code. Then the receiver must be able to know how to decode it. It is like from a computer to another computer. Whatever you type, the computer is not going to understand what you are typing. So it has to be coded and decoded. Everything. Computer knows only binary language. 01, 01, 01, 01, 1, 0, 0, anything. Any word you type, it's not only number. Any word you type, it must be converted to this binary number 01, 1, 0, 0, whatever it is. So for that the computer, what is that typing?
Keyboard.
That keyboard. Keyboard itself is designed in such a way that you type capital A, then that is 65. The computer recognized as this 65. And then that 65 is converted in, that is decimal form, and that 65 is converted to binary form, and then computer understood that, okay, then decoded again, then it uses for the function, and then the result comes. So like that, each letter, each character, there it is in this numeral form. Same way, you have to get the words, decode it, get the meaning, and then throw the words away. You don't have to carry the words. What you need? Knowledge. So, for that, what you have to do? You have to prepare your mind. That means enough preparation is not there. Oh my God. So I am tired. My mind is tired. I am not able to hear what you say. Half of it comes and half of it is received, goes inside, and the other half will fly away from here. And then what? then by the time I understood one word, you already sent many words, and that data lost. That is gone. So what can I do? Then that means preparedness is needed. Similarly a computer, if the computer is not fast enough, what you do? You change your memory card from 2 GB to 4 GB. If that is not enough, make it 8 GB, and then that's not enough, make it 16 GB.
But you can't change your mind.
For that you have to, it's very good question. For that you have to seek the help of the Creator. Consider there is a Creator. That's why just consider there is a Creator who is responsible for my body, my mind, including everything. Who is responsible for the world, and seek the help from Him, and ask Him to make it a perfect thing, which suits me to understand what the consciousness is, or what you are. Make me,
But aren't you the Creator?
Yes, you are asking the Creator to help you to understand the Creator. Because once you understood yourself, that way you are understanding what Creator is. Because we already come to know that consciousness and Brahman, I am Brahman, you are that. All these lines.
So if you understand yourself, you understand creation, that's it.
Oh, then you have to...
I think you never can understand yourself.
That is why you have to seek the help of God. Now, how am I going to... Okay. The final conclusion is that I am ready to get the help of God. We make it that conclusion first. Let me do something which makes Creator God to help me. Means I need blessings of God. So here, suppose you want to get something. How do you get it? You work for it. Or you just wait and nothing will happen to you. If you want something, work for it. If you want help from Ishvara, God, then what? Work for it. That's it. How? Next question. If I want to reach the beach, I know reach the beach by walk. If I want to get a coconut, I have to climb. Not walking to the beach will not bring coconut to me. No? Same way, you have to find what kind of action by which God's grace will be upon me. What kind of action? Because I have no pre-experience. Without any pre-experience, what can I do? So that means to please God, there is no particular action. There is no particular action to please God. Then what? Then let all action of yours be offered to Him, by which God may please you. God may happy with you. So it is an offering of all your action to God. Whatever you do, you don't have to perform a special action for it, but whatever you do, let it be an offer to God. If you eat, let God, this is an offering to God. If you walk, that it is an offering to God. If you lie down, it is an offer to God. That kind of an action. That kind of an attitude. Is it possible? Then the question comes, do I have to remember always that I am offering my walking to God, I am offering my food to God, eating means eating. Whatever you do means when I speak before I speak, then I am going to talk to you, but wait, I am going to offer this talking to God and then I talk to you. Are you going to think about that or going to say about that? No, it's not possible. You do. Then once that action is completed, then I have to say that whatever I did, I offer to you, God. Whatever I have eaten, that was an offer to you, God. Is it possible? Huh?
Yes.
So actually, that does not make sense, because already in my mind it was given to someone, and then I am saying that it's not to you but to God. Already for a purpose I have done something, and later I say that it is not that the purpose is not served, but it is to God. Confusing. Actually, what do you want to tell? Instead of these questions after questions and questions and after questions, what do you want to say? The answer is that understand the relationship between you, the individual, and God, the Creator. Understand the relationship between you and God. That makes the sense. That makes it is easy. How? Who is responsible for you? God. If you do something, that means action is done from your part. Who made you to act? Why a dog is barking, but it is not considered as an action. But you shout, that is considered as a action. So who made you as an actor? Actor means the one who does, not the other actor. Here, actor means the one who does. Who made you as an actor? Whose responsibility? I didn't choose to be an actor. I understood myself as an actor. So who is responsible? Again, he is responsible. That part is okay. Now the big question comes here, the big statement also comes here. Once that action is done, before getting the result, where is that action? We already covered. Remember that what I said earlier. With God. Because the action is completed, so action is not with me. It's gone. Result is not yet arrived. I do not know that whether result is going to get it today or tomorrow, or it's not ordering something. It is other kind of things. So many things. So many actions are there, and the result are not yet arrived. These kinds of results, where the results are. It's not with me. Results are not with me. Action is completed and action is also not with me. Then the result, the completed actions are with God. If I get a result right now, I did something and I got the result also.
You say thank you, God.
Yeah, then also you say thank you, God. Yeah, that is why you said thank you, God.
Because you get the result.
You get the result. Why? It is your action made the result. Then why do you thank God?
Because He made you do the action.
There is a secret in that. That secret we are going to say right now. That is, you do an action, the action is completed, and it goes to God. You don't have to offer it. It already goes to God. And He only knows when to give to you. whether it is in this life or the coming life, or here or in heaven or in hell. It's possible. Or with this body or with some other body. It does not say that you will be back as a human being. You can be anything. Anything. I do not know. I do not know, but it is. I have to close my eyes. You. Oh, you okay? Okay. Yeah, please. You continue. You can listen. Dreaming.
No, I just need 5 minutes. I'm not open.
Yes, please continue.
The eye.
And then what happened? Once you completed the action, even though you felt that there is no gap between the completion of the action and getting the result, but every action, once it is completed, it goes to God. It will not hold, it will not stay in anywhere else. It directly goes to God. God is not separate from you. God is not away from you. God is not away in time also. On the spot. There itself. Then itself. So transferred. And the result is at that time is God decided, because the decision is with Him. That's why He is called God. Then how He decides? Because He follows rule. He only made rule. He follows rule, and the rule only what is here, everything. So that's why He is called ruler. He is called ruler. He rules through the law of order. So law of order, which is inbuilt in this creation, which is not separate from God, which is not separate from this world, which is not separate from even the individual. So law is there everywhere. That law makes this happen, that the result is right now you received. And the same law makes that the result is not for now but for tomorrow or next year or next life. So during that time, the result is kept with God. You didn't receive. It cannot be kept with elsewhere. It cannot stand in nowhere. So it is with God. So every action, it goes to God. Every result you receive, it is from God. That's the one point that is important. Every action goes to God. Every action goes to God, and then every result comes from God. This is Karma Yoga.
But Swamiji, in this model, let's say, where does compassion not fall into? Because if I do everything for a result, then it's pure business.
Yeah.
Not trying also, but it's taking.
Yeah.
You get me, right?
Yes. That's why we that's why there is one more thing. Bhakti Yoga also comes there.
Because if I do everything for result, even my mind become conditioned by this result.
Yes.
And I become also like I do something good to get the grace of God. And if God does not give it to me, I become violent, and then I deserve God. This is what happens.
This is what happens. Yeah, that's why preparedness. We are coming to the point. Mind has to prepare. That's the beginning. So we already said that mind has to be prepared. That preparedness means how we are going to prepare. All these are counted at that time. So here the understanding is that, what is that understanding? Any action you do, you don't have to offer by will. It is already offered to God. That's an understanding. So it is the rule. By law, it is the completed action is, once it is completed, then it goes to God. That way you offered your action to God. Right? Just to follow. That way you offered. And then what comes, what means what you get? What you get considered is from God. That is something that God decides what you should get it. It's not our will. Our will does not have a say in God's decision. Our will has a say in what I do. And I cannot command God to give this. I have no power on my result. The result is decided by God. When to give, how much give, everything depends upon God's will. My will depends, my will works, what to do, when to do, how to do, etc. In that field, in karma, in action, I have a will. In result, I don't have a will. Got the point? Because God only knows what result comes to me, because it comes from God. For example, you give $100 to a person, and that $100 he took from you, and while he was walking, police caught him, and just before that, somebody told the police that he was pickpocketed, and the $100 was missing. And this person is suddenly with $100 holding his hand, and the police may ask him, stop him and say, where do you get this $100? He has to explain. Someone give. Who is that someone? You already gone. No identity.
So you can say that it was God.
See, you gave $100 to a person. He is a destitute, means he has no money. Otherwise, you won't give it. No, he's on the street. He didn't eat anything, or he's very poor guy. And this guy with $100 note is a big amount. Yeah. And the other person lost $100 also. Then the police make a connection that this person stole the money from this person. How he is going to prove it? And maybe police take this money from that other person and give to the other person. Now you are settled. You go away and chase him away also. Or he was caught and arrested for stealing. So look at that. What a good thing happened to him. He was so pleased. He was so happy. And at the end, really what happened? He was in sorrow. Literally he was crying. And he is cursing now for getting that $100. First he was praising you for getting that $100. Now he is cursing you for getting that $100. Tell me, which action is good and which action is bad? We cannot. That's why the result is with God. Now you understand why it is that this result is with God? Because we do not know that what type of result is coming to us. If it good, it is good. If it is bad, all that is my... So, Karma Yoga says that consider, Karma Yoga is an understanding. Consider that all action is dedicated to God and it goes to God, and the result, when the result comes, it is from God. That's Karma Yoga.
I have no issue in indicating the action to God.
Yes.
But the issue comes when you want to receive.
Yeah.
Because I see this all around. People give charity or do something good, not because they care about the other person, not because they love the other person. It's just so they say, I give so I can get from God.
Yeah.
I don't see any difference in this situation for someone buying something from the grocery store.
Yes.
It is the same.
Yes.
You are giving to get.
Yes.
And you don't actually look at the poor guy or at this being that, and you give from your heart, not to receive something, not just to help. You don't want that.
Yeah. That's
to receive from
yeah.
God.
That's true. That's true.
It's not altruism. It's more like something that you are doing to get.
It's like it's like going to grocery store.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we analyze this first artha and kama. So basically, the person is after artha. He used the artha to get the blessing of God to make more rich.
Yes.
That's it. So artha is used there to get the blessing. That's all. But that's okay. But how this society is, we are understanding just the society. We are not we are not able to change the society. We are just understanding. And here,
Swamiji, intention of the action will let us know if it is good or bad.
that
And
is
the
now.
intention is the thing that
The next thing is, the action goes to God, result comes from God. Then what is your part? Additional part. That's very good. What she said is, that's the additional part. What type of action you are doing? What type of mind you have at the time of doing? What type of the intention? The intention is, what is the intention? Helping other person is a good intention and you gave money to that. So from your part, you did a good thing. So what you did is completed and it goes to God. You don't have to worry about the result of the other person, what he gets. You, from your standpoint, you have done a good thing because your intention was good. And God gives results to you for your action. It
Even
is,
if you
yeah.
don't believe in God and you
No.
do good action,
You break the one thing. Our in our story, you break into many parts. One is you gave $100 to another person. The second thing is the person carries this $100 with him. The third thing is he was caught as a thief.
No.
Now, once you completed your action with a good intention, now your part is over. The result is not the money is handed over to him is not the result. You gave the money to other person with intention is the action, and for every action the actor gets the result, not the other person. Is it true? Yeah, the actor, if it is an action, the actor should get the result. So 100 rupees is not the result of your action. Now what the logic? And then what made him to receive that $100? It is not your will. It is not your intention. Because your action is going to give result to you separately from God. He already got $100 from you. That is made possible by God, because he received that $100 as a result of his past action. He is qualified to receive that $100 at that time. at that place from a particular person. God made that arrangement. You carry with $100 and the person is also comes there at a particular place, at a particular time. You both meet there and one gives and the other takes. That is, God arranged that meeting. God means nothing but the rule of nature, the order of the nature. It's simple. And then he got his fruits of action. That action is not done by begging. No, that's also important. Maybe that result was he got it from an action which he has done 10 years back. The result of getting $100 is with Ishvara, is God for a long time. Now only that law made it possible for him to receive. So now he got it. And again another set of result is opened for him from his past action. Another set of results which was with God is open right now. That is, the result was that, what was that? That was to get him caught for stealing. He was accused, not for stealing actually, but he was accused. That was the result he got now, but not for the action he has done now, but it was the action he has done sometimes before, somewhere. This is called law of karma. So law of karma is very much important in karma yoga. So you know all this factor. Now you know that it is, whether you likes it or not, action takes place and result takes place. Therefore, you are fundamentally a doer. Fundamentally, basically, you are a doer. If you know this much, you know the basics of karma yoga.
And you are a receiver at the same time.
Yeah, huh?
Doer and a receiver. And a receiver.
Receiver of result.
Yeah,
So,
doer and a receiver.
Yes, doer. So fundamentally doer, and continues to live as a doer in between an enjoyer. A receiver means enjoyer. So to be an enjoyer, you do action. That's the means. Action is the means and be an enjoyer is the result. So action, result. Action, result. Doer, enjoyer. Doer, enjoyer. This happens. This goes on. Now, how to bring my mind more in relation in keeping with the order of the nature, Ishvara. How I can please him so that the old problems will be solved. So here it comes that follow a virtuous life. Righteousness means righteousness. So follow the life of righteousness, dharma, Sanskrit word. Follow the righteousness by which God is pleased and makes you more comfortable with your action and results. And then you are more comfortable with your mind. And then you find a peacefulness in the mind. That mind is more capable of understanding what the reality is. Oh, it's a big process. Are you telling a long process, big process? Yes, it's a process, a lifelong process. To be a devotee for life. It's not a one-day devotee, everlasting devotee. Once you find yourself as a devotee, you don't have to show devotion. Whatever you do is devotion. A devotee is, everything is devoted. So then being a devotee, whatever he does is devoted, then what he performs is called devoted action. That is what devoted action. That's called karma yoga. That's called karma yoga. This devoted action is called karma yoga. Receiving result, that is called prasada in Sanskrit. So this in Sanskrit, two words are used. One is Ishwararpana Buddhi. When you do action and it goes to Ishwara, that knowledge must be there. That is what Ishwara Arpana Buddhi. And the second is that whatever the result comes, Prasada Buddhi. Prasada means the blessing from God. So that's why you went to temple. They gave you coconut. Yeah, coconut with
honey, mishri.
Yes, many things. Let us say that they gave you coconut. It is not coconut. They don't call it coconut. They call it prasada. Did you get that word? Did you hear that word? Prasada. Offering. Prasada. You received prasada. The coconut is whatever we get from God or temple. Temple is to explain what your relationship with God and the nature. So that way temple makes you understand what the reality is, what the life is. So now you have an idea of what the karma yoga is, right? Basically you are a devotee. To become a devotee, and when you become a devotee, it is called bhakti yoga also. There is no difference. When you are a devotee, then only karma yoga possible. And when you are a devotee, then only jnana yoga is also possible. Because jnana is God. Jnana yoga means your union with jnana. Your union means what? Your understanding of Ishvara. Our understanding of consciousness. Your understanding of yourself. Everything is one and one only. There is no difference between jnana yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, etc. Then what to talk about this yoga you do practice, asana. Every asana is meant for offering to God only. That means you do Surya Namaskara. Surya Namaskara is sun salutation. It is a salutation to sun. And then that is a physical salutation. Then you use words along with this action. That is verbal salutation. Have you heard? Do you know it? Mitraya Namaha. Suryaya Namaha. Mitraya Namaha. Bhanave Namaha. Like that. With every action you do that also. That means you are the salutation with your words. And then the instructor will say that your mind should be applied on this. The mind is also involved. Your mind is planning something else and it will not work there. So the mind is also the third instrument for your action. The first one is the physical, and the second one is the verbal, and the third one is mind. So mind is applied there. I do. That means you are doing action. Therefore, I do pray to you. I do salute to you. And the mind is fully conscious of what you are doing. It's consciously doing. That art of yoga makes you do things consciously. Once you are a yogi, consciously you eat, consciously you walk, consciously you speak. That means you are more aware with the nature. You are more aware with yourself. That makes you are so great to you. You find value in yourself. and let others find value later. If you don't have value for yourself, then how others are going to give value to you? Find value in yourself. That's called Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Raja Yoga. I think we can complete now, and those who want bring their doubt can have it. Okay. Ooh.